everyone. Welcome to Mindful Emotion's Mindful Discussion. I'm Leticia Escamilla, the founder of Mindfuel in Motion, where we are providing fun and engaging workshops to build that mental fitness. Mindful workshops are great for retreats, conferences, corporate wellness programs, and any type of events where you really want to work on that mental fitness, get some movement, some yoga, some meditation, and some journaling activities going. So all the information is in the description below. I'd love to connect with you. So we're going to dive in and talk about today's mindful discussion topic, which is letting go of being the victim. So let's get started. There's this saying that things happen for us, not to us. And so being a victim is basically saying things like, why is this happening to me? It's not fair. And the thing is that the things that happen in our life, whether we, put them in the box of good or bad, is happening for us for a reason. And I know, you may be going through something at this point in time that, isn't fun or is challenging or seems like it's never going to end. But in order to get away from being the victim and honestly get over that obstacle or challenge or that dark time that all of us could be going through at this time, is to just face it and go through it. I kind of imagine a tunnel. There's a tunnel or a cave, and if we don't have any type of light, it can be really dark. And we don't know, when we're going to get to the other side of the cave where we're going to see the light and the land and, the greenery and all the things ahead of us. But we have to kind of just face it on, and also asking questions of, when obstacles and challenges are presented to us, how did I bring this upon myself? What choices maybe did I make that led to this? And also remembering that where you are in the present moment, you can change how you act, how you feel, how, the choices that you want to make moving forward. If you're doing something that you've been doing for years and you're realizing that's what's causing, this unhappiness, this challenge, or this obstacle, you can literally choose right now to change. And so that's what the part of, becoming, letting go of being a victim and just facing, our challenges. And this isn't going to be easy, you guys. Mindful discussions, I realized when I wanted to do these, was about topics that I really want to have discussions about, but they're the hard discussions. You may even think, say to yourself, you don't know what you're talking about, or people go through hard times and all of these things. And it's so true. You are absolutely right. We all go through hard times. But the thing is to change the mindset and seeing our hard times as experiences and lessons. And that's how we get away from being a victim. We all are going to be faced with challenges and obstacles. We all are faced with grief, people leaving our lives in many ways, right? Whether they're just leaving because it no longer fits who we've become or who they've become, or, we all know there is a transitional period where this life ends, right? So we're all going to face some type of grief. So, or a challenge or obstacle. And so the thing of why I wanted to jump on here is not to say, hey, let it go, everything's going to be okay, is to honestly jump on here with a different approach of how do you learn from the experience? How do you take the experience that you're having and become a student and learn from it and let it help you grow and evolve, help you to be stronger, help you to, be the best version of yourself. And also another cool thing about experiences, especially the challenging ones that I have seen over and over again in my own experience and in workshops, is that experiences and the challenges and obstacles that we have to go through, think about it like this. The challenges and obstacles that we have to go through, we are going through because we actually are strong enough to get through it. We are strong enough to face this obstacle, whatever it may be, the grief, the challenge, the losing of the job, whatever it is. And I understand some things can be really hard and really bad, but know that you are strong enough to get through it, and know that there is a reason for this challenge, for this obstacle. I say experience because that's all it is. There's a reason for it. And the importance of having this discussion with you is to share with you, the hard truth. These aren't things that we always want to talk about. It's not something that we want to hear, but eventually we have to face it. We have to face it. So why not face it sooner, get through it sooner so that you can get to the other side? And the other part I wanted to share with you guys about this particular topic of our challenges, of our experiences, letting go of being that victim, is that our experiences and our challenges and our obstacles are not just for us. And I'm sure you can relate. You can think about, maybe if you happen to be in a challenge or obstacle, this may be hard to see. But let's take a challenge or an obstacle that you've already overcome, because you've already overcome many, and that's just another way of thinking about it as well. But think about a challenge or obstacle that you've overcome and how you may have been able to help someone else get through that similar challenge or obstacle just a little bit better. I've seen this happen so many times in workshops, you guys, where, we are sharing through our journaling circle, certain things that may be going on at the time, and all of a sudden someone shares a particular challenge that they're facing, and someone across for them will have already gone through something similar, and their challenge and their obstacle and even their pain that they had to endure is now showing its purpose even on a deeper level, to be able to help this person across for them get through something similar and get through it a little bit more easily. And to me, that's beautiful. And I know that can be hard to see when we're in it. It can be hard for all of us. But the more we train our mind to see our challenges and obstacles as learning lessons, see how we played a role, because we all play a role in it, right? It's not happening to us. It didn't all of a sudden just come out of nowhere, right? It can sometimes seem like that, and I totally get that. But it doesn't just come out of nowhere. So we have to take ownership. Okay, what did I do? And if you can't find the answer to that, then that's fine. Then just asking ourselves, okay, well, how do I get through this? How do I make the best of this? How do I still find the joy in life? How do I still, be able to be the best version of myself while I still have to face this challenge? And I promise you, over time, you're going to get to the other side. And more than likely, you've already faced challenges that you are already past you, that you've grown and evolved from. And that's what challenges show up for us to do, is to be able to get stronger, for us to get grow and evolve. And the less we become a victim and become more of aware of how we show up as the warrior self of ourselves instead of that victim mentality, the quicker we get through these obstacles and challenges. And doesn't that seem like a lot better? So I wanted to jump on and share this particular mindful discussion of letting go of being a victim. And I get it, you guys, some of these discussions, a lot of these discussions are not going to be easy, but I think it's time to have them, because the sooner that we can have these discussions and soon learn ways to overcome things, the sooner our world will be a better place. We are not meant to not have discussions on certain things. I get it. We only want to talk about good things. We only want to have the good experiences. But honestly, we can't have the good experiences and talk about only the good things without facing the reality that there are, I guess, quote unquote, bad things or challenging things or negative things that are also coming up in our life. And we need both, right? We need the polarities. We need the good with the bad. We need the positive with the negative, right? We know this just in science alone, right? Positive and negative, right? Protons and neutrons, right? All the things that we know and we've learned, and we can't separate them. We can't just go, well, it makes sense in science, but it doesn't make sense here. It all makes sense. It all comes together, you guys. And I know that can be hard, but I want to jump on and just share these tougher discussions, because it's important for us to have, I guess, that little bit of tough love. Because honestly, the sooner we can build that thicker skin, the sooner we can have these discussions and know, like, hey, you know what? I'm ready to face it. Let's do it. Let's get it over with. The sooner we can get to the other side. And we know from just our previous experiences we've already gone through what it's like to get to the other side. It's beautiful, right? It feels good. We learn so much. We grow from it. You can't have these challenging obstacles, these challenging times. You can't have this negative moment, can't have this grief without getting something from it. You can't have it without growing and evolving. And the beauty of it is that if you can go into it with the mindset that I'm going to grow and evolve from this, that I'm going to learn something from this, you're going to benefit from it even more. So think about it like this. You have to go through it anyways. How can you maximize and get the most out of this challenge that you possibly can, so that you're even more equipped once you get back out into that light? And to me, that excites me. I know that, again, a challenge or an obstacle it's not fun, it's not exciting, but we got to find ways to build our mental strength, build that mental fitness in order to see it that way, so we can get through it and not be the victim. Because being a victim is just sitting in our sorrow, sitting in our pity, feeling sorry for ourselves, and that's suffering. And I don't want to suffer. And I don't know about you, but suffering isn't fun. So the more we let go of being a victim and just face it, be the warrior, even if we feel like we're not strong at the moment, even if we feel like we're breaking down and failing, I promise you, if you're facing it and you're doing whatever you can do in that moment with the resource and the knowledge you have, you will get through it, you will get stronger, you will evolve. So let's let go of being that victim. Let's let go of feeling sorry for ourselves, because honestly, you're being, given a gift, even though it doesn't look like a gift. And I get that. Trust me, I can think of challenges and obstacles that I have faced that I was like, this is the worst thing ever, right? Like and I've definitely sat in that sorrow and that pity, and and it's no fun. And neither version of it's going to be fun, right? Facing it head on and doing this and trying to find the joys every day is not going to be fun, but sitting in it and dwelling in it is not fun either. And it's just going to take so much longer to get to the other side, to get to that light. So I invite you to do a little bit of work to face it, to see it for something eventually good that's going to benefit you, even if you can't see it in that moment. And practices that you can do is journaling. It can be meditation. It can be, it can be scream therapy. You guys, that's a real thing. Like, go outside, in a safe space, maybe won't scare others, and just scream and let it out, and let out the energy that's within you, and you feel better. If you need to take a pillow and scream in the pillow, if that's safer and better, and, doesn't alert other people, right? We don't want to scare and alert other people in certain ways, right? Screaming in the pillow, punching a pillow, right? We don't want to, use physical, use violence in any way on people or, things, but, hitting a pillow, things like that, using techniques that can help you release, the energies and the emotions that come up when we face these challenges will also be very helpful to help you get to the other side quicker. Because that's what it's about. It's get the lessons, get what you're supposed to get out of it, but, don't need to dwell in it. We don't want to stay in it for too long. Get to the other side so we can get the lesson, so we can move on. So I invite you to stay connected with me. I have all the ways down below. I have the free Mindfuel Tribe information, which is a free community where I send inspiring and empowering messages, a free journal prompt calendar every month. All those details are below. If you like this, subscribe. I truly appreciate you making it this far and having this discussion with me. Obviously, share the comments below. Just share how you feel. I get it. This may be a hard one to watch, but if we can, I'd love to just keep it positive in the most that we can, and just share, one thing maybe you learned from it, or maybe it was hard to hear, but you know what? I'm going to try. So I'd love to hear some of that in the comments. Have a blessed day. Namaste, you guys.